moving on, let's start the next script, 3A. So far, we have applied a filter and we have mapped a cloud mask function. So here we're taking the filter collection, mapping this cloud masking function. And we have the mask collection. The collection has multiple images having both NDVI and EVI bands. We just select NDVI band at this point. So we have this NDVI collection that is cloud masked. Let's just print. You can see now we have 253 images. Each image has one band and this is masked. We have one more problem. If you look at the dataset description, both the EVI and NDVI bands have a scale factor. That means to get to the NDVI value, we need to multiply the band values with the scale factor. We need to multiply each image in the collection with the scale factor. And the way to do this is again using MapReduce. So let's scale this collection so that when we are working with each image in the collection, they're all scale values. For that, we'll first write a function. So we'll write a function, say scale NDVI or scale values. We'll take, this function will take an image and we'll say whatever image you get, you multiply it by this number 0.001. This is the scale factor given in the documentation. And once you have that, you will get the scaled image. Let's return the scaled image. We can say now NDVI scaled is NDVI call, which is our mask collection. We'll map this function. And let's print this and see if the function worked. So we get a result and we have now individual images which are now scaled bands. We'll visualize this shortly, but I want to show you one thing. Look at the original image. We had our original image. This had some properties, including the system colon time start. This is a time start of that image. Now, each image in a collection needs to have at least one property called system colon time start. If you don't have that, the collection will not behave correctly with filters and charting. So we need to add this to our new image because this one doesn't have it. Once we create a new image, it lost all the properties. When you multiply this image with this scale factor, Earth Engine says, oh, you're creating a new image. I'm not sure if I want to retain the properties or not. So when you do some operations with an image, you lose all the properties. If you want to retain some properties, we need to run this function called copy properties. This function says, I have this image, I want to copy properties and set some properties from your another image. So we'll say copy properties from an image, and you give it a list of properties that you want. You want at least this one property, system colon time start. You can copy other properties that if you want. If you want to retain the system colon index, which is the ID of the image, you can retain that as well. Now, when I run this function, you'll see that our output collection, which is scaled, which also has those properties, and they were copied from the original images. So make sure when you're doing some operations, you always copy the relevant properties and set them on the output image. So this is fine, it works. I want to teach you one more way of doing this mapping of the function. The standard, easier way when you're learning MapReduce is to first write a function that takes an input, do your work and returns an output, and you map it on the collection like this. Once you get used to this, a more easier way is to write the function directly. So you can do something like this. Instead of define the function called scale values and using the name in the map, you can say, I will define the function right there. So I'm just taking this part, the part where I'm writing the function, and just putting it here. So now I can say NDVI call.map, and I write the function right there. These are called inline functions or anonymous functions because I'm not defined the name of the function. And once you get used to coding, this will be so much easier where you say NDVI call.map, what I want to do. And it's a function, image, and you do like that. This requires a little bit of practice with the syntax so you don't make a mistake. So as you're learning and you get comfortable with writing functions, you can do it inline. And same thing, you get the same answer. But you'll see a lot of code where people are doing this. So again, it's the same thing. Sometimes if you feel I don't understand this, take it out, write it in a new function and write the function in if that code is easier to understand. All right, we are done. Let's do the exercise.